If you're seeing this red live button, we are live with the Artistry Collective's Birds, Bees, and Butterflies live event. And a huge thank you to Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage for bringing us all together here for the Artistry Collective. Up after me is Leah with Make All the Things With Me. Isn't that a great sound? I love the sound of paper tearing. All right, there we go. I have some beautiful printables today, and they are free. So I will put in the description where you can get yours. Guided Creations Printable Designs has made these beautiful, I think she calls it wings and blooms. A little confusing today. We've got birds, bees, and butterflies and wings and blooms, but I'm loving it. It's all things for spring. So come on in. Today I'm going to play with this. Actually, I dug into my stash here, and it is from, I think, the early 2000s, maybe like 2005, 2008. It's from Die Cuts with the View, and it's DCWV is what some people call it. Hey, Karen, thanks so much for being here and for pouring the coffee. Hi, Dondi. And anyways, it's a 5x7 little white pages, acid and linen free. It's perfect for gift albums. It's a little mini album. And I'm going to show you how we can make it, you know, a little more today's style. So really, it's just an already designed for you junk journal. You can just do whatever you want with this. This would make a beautiful little art journal. Or, you know, we can decorate the pages kind of like we do in now for junk journals. So that's going to be our base. And then I used, hi, Phyllis. Come on in. Hello, everyone. Hi, Sharon. Then I grabbed these printables that Guided Creation Printable Designs just put out. It's called Wings and Blooms, and there is a freebie kit, but there is also a full kit, which I don't have yet. But they are so beautiful. I may just have to get some. Like, I love all this like watercolory splashing stuff. Hi, Christine. I have printed mine out in a couple different sizes. And if you were paying attention right before the live, I did do a short and a reel and a whatever you want to call them everywhere about how I prepped my wings. You guys know, if you hung out here for a while, you know my things with wings have to sparkle. There's Leah with Make All the Things With Me. So this kit was absolutely perfect for today's themes of birds, bees, and butterflies. So I went through and sparkled them. I did put Nuvo on my flowers, which I did not show in the video, or in the little clip. And then, like I said, I printed these out in 2 different sizes. And the way that I more easily print these out in different sizes, you have to look into your printer settings. So when I hit print on my HP DeskJet printer, it does give me just a few options. Now, one, I tell it to take the edge off, and it still prints this stupid white edge. Just a little smidgen of it, but whatever. And then under there, it says, how many pages do you want to print on one page? Well, if you hit 2 or 3 or even 4, it takes your full-size image, and it shrinks it down. Let's see, where's the one I shrunk down? Well, sometimes it shrinks them down a little crazy. It shrunk this page down to like this. So it does look like a lot of wasted paper, but that's okay. That was just because I told it to do the whole set. I will use this paper in something else. But look how the size difference is. So this is the full size, and then you can print this smaller size and use this for your smaller albums, or you can use it in conjunction here and just have some smaller pages. So I'm going through right now, and apologies for not having this done already. I'm just going through and trimming these down, and you can use a paper trimmer. You can use a ruler like this. You can use... Well, Sharon from Craft With Me with Sharon B, she uses a scalpel blade. I don't think I trust myself well enough to do that, even though I did work in surgery for a long time. I wasn't the one running the scalpel, though. So, and now with limited vision, probably not the best choice for me. So use what you have, whether it's scissors or if you like to tear your pages apart. Maybe you like to fold it and crease it and then tear it. Hello, tomorrow. What is tomorrow looking like? For those of you that are thinking I'm crazy saying hello to tomorrow, we have some friends from in other parts of the world than the US here. And for them, it is already the next day. So hello, hello, hello into the next day. And today is also another special day. It's May 1st, and it's Mr. Frapp's birthday. So huge happy birthday to him. We are celebrating by going out to dinner tonight, and he is going to get... he's not really a huge cake guy. He'll eat it, but cake is not his favorite. He likes to have berry pie. So he's going to go pick out some sort of berry pie today, and we'll have that after dinner. Okay, we were just realizing that all the places we used to go to get pie have closed. There is a local pie place, but every time we've gone there, they're just not open. So we'll give them another try, but not today. Okay, so these are also in the free printable, and this is the smaller size that I printed, but look how perfect this is if you want to do pockets or if you want to fold them together like this. Did I see Christy? Hey, Christy. If you want to fold them together like this, I'm trying to stay in frame, guys. I'm sorry. You can easily make a little booklet or a little page that you can slip in or sew into your journal. Now this, we're going to take a closer look at this book, this little mini book. Thank you guys for telling him happy birthday. I will tell him all the birthday wishes are coming his way. We're going to take a look at this book. This is another page that comes with the freebies. So you get this beautiful gate, this other like a little wooden gate with flowers, and I love that. And then these 2 pages here and some sentiments. Dreams can bloom into reality. Where wings meet blooms, fly high and let your dreams flower. I love that. And be your own kind of beautiful like a butterfly. These are all just absolutely stunning and perfect. So I already tore apart the little smaller ones. This was from that, so you can see again if you are printing 1 to a page or 2 to a page, they come out like this, which I think is just awesome. So it gives you some different sizes to play with, and that is the beauty of getting some of these beautiful digitals. If you've never played with digital paper printables before, I was always kind of stubborn. I was like, no, I'm a scrapbooker at heart. I owned a scrapbook store. We will support the scrapbook papers. But I was seriously missing out because some of these local artists do absolutely stunning work. They're not local to me. In fact, Guided Creations is in Quebec, but she does absolutely beautiful work, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. You love these prints, yeah, and they look even more beautiful with sparkles. Look at these. This one has shimmer sticks, and you can kind of see the shimmer. In person, it's absolutely stunning. This one has stickles, and you can kind of see it's more of a chunky glitter glue. I love it. Look at all these beautiful things with wings just sparkling. Love it, love it. Okay, now let's tear this one off here. I don't typically do my tear ruler, but it is a faster way to tear if you can get good at it. I usually use a paper trimmer or my scissors, but see what happens? I think it's because you have to have more of a desk space. Where's Dondi to tell me to clean my desk? Here we go. All right, there we go. And it ripped a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Okay, now even this little piece, though, I may save and put it somewhere. If I'm doing a little collage or a little scrappy something, that might go on there. All right, we're not going to cut them all out, but we will cut out around here. And like I said, if you aren't one to use a tear ruler, you can easily, one way to get used to using your ruler is you can just kind of put it on here and make a crease, or you can use your scoreboard. Just make a little crease like this, and it will kind of show you where to cut. It just makes your straight fold all at one time, and you can just keep creasing, and then you can use your scissors and just trim along, or you can use your fingers and tear it, which is what I like to do. I love a torn edge. And when you crease it first, it just usually comes right apart. There's that ASMR, if I be quiet. Do you guys watch ASMR videos? I don't know. Some of them are a little weird for me, but my daughter said I need to make some because they're very appealing to many people. How's everybody's Wednesday going? We made it to the middle of the week. Let's see. By folding first, when you do this too, it gives you another chance just to reevaluate if where you're trimming is actually where you want to trim. Okay, so I really love these paint splattery type of pages. The surgical blade would have been perfect for that. Oh, not in my world, Sharon. We might be going to the doctor on this live. I don't think Mr. Frapps would like to spend his birthday in the ER getting stitches for me. Nope. Nope, nope. And I'm a bleeder too. It would really make a mess everywhere. So not a good plan for this lady. All right, so we're going to... Now, sometimes before I tear this off, see how this is a little edge? These little edges kind of annoy me. These are my printer's little mishaps. Sometimes I like to just use my scissors for those because it's too tiny and I don't do very good with this tear ruler. I have seen some incredible ladies use their tear rulers and they just rip like that and it just goes perfectly every single time. That's not the way my world works. But if it does for you, by all means do that because it saves time. What I will probably do, see, when I tried to do it this last time on this little edge, it tore. Tore some of it off. So if you don't mind that, that's fine. Otherwise, you can just use your scissors or your trimmer and just trim right along. You could also use your scoreboard first and then work it off that way. Or if you're brave like Sharon, you could use a surgical blade. It's so funny that you use a surgical blade. I guess, Sharon, what number is your surgical blade? The doctors I worked with typically used a 10 blade or a 15. And I would order them, stock them for the clinic, and get them ready on their trays. Make sure they had everything that they needed. And sometimes I would do instrumentation. So one of the surgeries that I worked in was eye surgery. So that was microscopic surgery, and you would have to hand the doctors the instruments like in the way that they would grab it to use it. So if I were handing this off, then, you know, the doctor wouldn't move his eyes from the microscope, but he would have this and he would have it in the handle way ready for his hand to use. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this little mini album. Like I said, it's a 5x7 size, which is a good size. I like that. We can choose if we want it to open this way or if we want it to open this way, which I think I'll go with this way. Now, it has this silly little ribbon, and we could take this ribbon out if we want to, but it does have a job. You're so bad at tearing. That's all right. You found a way that works for you, and that is what matters. Okay. So this ribbon does have a job, like I said. It goes across here. I don't feel like it goes with this album very well. It's very thin. But it does hold this piece closed, see? And this piece is making the backing to this little window here, which is great. It's not the binding. The binding in here, I think, is just staples. Yeah, there's 3 staples in here. And then it goes around to the back and does the same thing. So we don't have a window here, but we could cut a little window here if we wanted to. But it's just holding that extra flap in there. So if we don't want this little extra flap here, we could take this ribbon out. And I haven't decided yet if I like it enough to leave it there or not, but I know I probably will put some eyelets in these holes just to reinforce them, make sure that they don't do anything they're not supposed to do. Okay, so this blue is a little dark for my kit, what we have going on here, and that's okay, but I'm going to go ahead and ink it up a little bit. You guys know it wouldn't be a Shauna project if we didn't ink it up a little bit. So I'm going to start with some Picket Fence. Picket Fence is the distress ink because it's not really a color. It's just white. So if you want more information on that, you can listen to Tim Holtz talk about that. But I'm just going to take the ink pad and rub it across my paper like this so that we can lighten it a little bit and bring out the texture in this paper. This paper is by Die Cuts with a View. This is their little booklet. And oops, I'm putting my fingers in there. One way you can avoid doing that is hold it with a piece of acetate or something. I'm pressing my fingers right in there. Okay, and then we're gonna flip it over and do this side. Now I'm going to put some other colors down here. This white will just help to brighten those colors as I put them on. And if you're using your ink pad, did you guys just see see the lines? It'll leave the square lines if you don't blend them out. If you're doing this, also be aware. You know how your own fingers can get paper cuts? Well, your ink pads, the felt pads can also get paper cuts. So if you don't like that on your ink pads, then use a dabber or a brush, something of that nature. All right, let's turn some heat on just for a second so we can get this to dry. We also need to decide what we're going to display in this little window. I have this beautiful butterfly somewhere, there it is, that I was thinking I might, now this is chipboard from old, I think it's K & Company, but I'm not totally sure. Like I said, it kind of dug into the stash today. I think I want this to go like this, and then maybe this little piece could go right here, or, oh, maybe with the blue right behind. This could be fun. All right, I think it's going to be this one. Or do I like it with a blue in the background? Because we could use that gate just as like a little decoration when it doesn't have to actually be a gate. I kind of like both, but I really like the pops of this blue and purple flowers with the pink. You kind of get a little bit of all of it right there. So I think I'm going to go this way. And I kind of want that to be more... I wanted that to be the focal, but if we do that, this paper cannot be centered in the back. Or, let's see, there is a bigger one of that on this page. Let's see. Where did that other one go? Right here. We could use this page here. Oh, yes, that's nice. What do you guys think? Do you like that page? Or should we try to make that other fence page work? Maybe if I use the bigger fence page, that could work. Because this will be the cover of our little booklet. Oh, here we go. That's still really pretty too. What do you guys think? Hi, Carol. Come on in. We are working with birds, bees, and butterflies today. I love it. Okay, well, let's finish splatting this up. Now, my inspiration for splatting this up is this page here. So I'm going to try to bring in some of these colors now that we've got some white. And if you know anything at all about splatting, it's going to be a mess. You love the blue. Yes, blue is pretty. Okay, so I want to do some rusty hinge. And... where did that little bag I just had go? There it is. I'm going to try putting some of this ink on this piece of acetate that was the cover from this little album. And this is oxide, so this is Rusty Hinge Distress Oxide ink. And we're going to spray with water. And see how it has my little lines in there? We're going to messy it all up so it doesn't put lines on my album. And then we're just going to go ahead and, oh, some of it wants to drip off of there, and that's okay. We'll get some drips. And then we're going to let it splat. And maybe we'll give it just a little second to dry, a little help and encouragement. Now this is textured cardstock, so it may not be the best to try to do this with, but hopefully, with any luck and a couple of layers, we'll get something that we like. Now I'm going to turn that around and splat the other side. And we'll do this on some pages inside the book too. All right. And now I also have some weathered wood distress paint here. And we could spray this as well. Spray would be really great. So the paint's going to be a different viscosity to work with. And let's grab just a brush. We'll get some of this out here. And I'm just going to dab it onto that piece of acetate. We'll add a little water to it and then we'll splatter it. Maybe it'll be a little thicker to grab onto this textured paper. So anytime you're playing with a medium, whether it's paint or ink or gesso or whatever it might be, your substrate or your paper, whatever it is that you're putting it on, will always, be the reason it's either working or it's not working. And textured cardstock is one of my favorites to play with, but it's not the best for like watercoloring or, things like this where I'm trying to get stuff to stay here. We might go in with some stenciling and something just a little more. There we go. Now we're getting some splatters. Now, normally I use my, my other brush, but it's not in here because I took it out to clean it and I forget to bring them back. Okay, so we're just getting a little bit of some splatters there, and that's okay. We'll put a little bit of some splatters on here. Sharon, you can totally be brave and do this too, my friend. It all just comes down to, if you have an idea, just follow it. Let the project lead the way. And I think I learned that in art class, which was really hard because my teacher would say that, let the project lead the way, but we had to go the way of our grade. So if we were supposed to show, yes, my fan brush, thank you. If we were supposed to show the way of like, I don't know, contemporary views or whatever, we had to keep that in mind and follow our grade layout. And I kind of hated that because it was good and bad for me. It was good because it taught me all kinds of things, but it was also bad because it really does inhibit your creativity when you're worried about a grade for your art stuff. But that's the point of art class, right? Okay. Let's leave this for a second. I'm going to dab that there. I think I might come back and just spray some of the, although, yeah, if I spray it now, ooh, I want to do this one. I've been using this a lot, the Shiny Bauble Distress mica stain. It has a shimmer to it, and I just love it, but you do have to shake it up a bit. I think this will go really well with the printable here. So let's do, oh yeah, look at that. And because this has mica in it, it's going to stick to this. little bit of texture. Now, instead of doing that picket fence ink, I could have gone in with some heavy white gesso, and that would have allowed me to get things to be a little more where they will stay on there. Okay. And this one here is faded jeans. We're just going to add a few blobs of that. Maybe. Is it coming out? There we go. Yeah, I love to splatter. I can't get enough. Okay. If you're not a splattering kind, you can also just spray too, but sometimes my sprays are just a little bit unpredictable. We'll give the back of this one a spray and see what it's like. Ooh, see, it's just all kind of hangs out in one solid spot, but that's all right. All right, we'll wipe this nozzle off, and now we're gonna move on. See how it's kind of, I think it is kind of absorbing. And since we have a little bit of extra left, we can take, I want to take this side of the paper and dab it in some of these inks so that they are a little more cohesive on the paper. But the reason I'm being so particular about this side is because I didn't want to get anything onto our little hummingbird that's right there and so cute. Okay. I haven't decided yet what color we should do this. Maybe purple. Where's Sharon? She likes the purple. She'd be like, yes to the purple. Maybe we'll do a little bit of some patina, salvage patina, and maybe a dusty concord. Let's see. Ooh, uncharted mariner would be pretty too. I like cracked pistachio too. Or maybe wilted violet. Wilted violet is good. Wilted violet, I think, will go really well. All right, here we go. We got our colors. Let's go in with we'll start with a little bit of spun sugar. We'll get out some pink. So while this needs a second here to dry, then we'll put in our paper and we'll put in our others. Now see, I got splatters everywhere. I got splatters. Now this book is already put together, so you know, you can decorate it as much or as little as you want to, which is what's kind of cool about it. I kind of want this. I kind of want this more fluid. There we go. Rather than just rubbing it right on there, I am going to put this on here, and then we're going to rub it in this ink. And you can see I really did get ink a little bit of everywhere. All right, there we go. And we got a little bit of some orange going on up there. That's okay. We'll get a little maybe on this side. And now we'll put in... Do it! We'll put in some of this. Sorry, guys. Salvage patina at the top. And then we'll put in some of this wilted violet at the bottom. And then, of course, it will shimmer. And then it can dry while we're putting the paper into the cover. Now let's make sure this one's all dried. Yep, we don't want to make mud. We'll just kind of rub these wings in here, see what we get. Gonna smear it out here. Now remember, this is going on the cover, so we kind of want it to be pretty. Full of color. All right. And then we'll add some water to this one. And we've already got our, you guys can't even really see it. We do have a little bit of some spun sugar under there, but it's kind of like a little base color. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. And we'll just blend it in with some water, maybe a little more water. Get it to blend. Now, of course, you can use your dabber. I always just reach for the finger tool. Used to kind of cringe when people would say that. Why do you call it a finger tool? But it really is very handy. No pun intended. All right, I'll go ahead and blot that out. And I think I want to add a little bit more of this. Now this has a little bit of texture in it too. You can get that same effect if you use like a die cut to get your shape, or a stamp to get your shape, and then use an embossing folder and you'll get that same look. These ones were purchased. I didn't make these ones, but they're super old. I don't even know how many years old. Isn't that pretty? And it's just dipping the ink. And then we're going to make it even more beautiful by adding some shimmer stick to it. So I'm going to put a little bit of heat on here first. Of course, you could go over this with some embossing powder if you wanted to do that. I'm just going to do some shimmer stick today because we'll stick with what we've already been using. And this is a dabber, so if you dab it, you're going to get more shimmer than if you rub it. I always have to remind myself that. Wow. I hope you guys can see that shimmer. Let me hold it up. It is really dazzling. Shimmering, I guess I should say. I think I missed a spot right there. Let's go back. We can't have any wing being without shimmer, right? What in the world? What kind of world? There we go. Okay. And I think I still do want to bring in just a little hint of blue. So I'm going to bring back this faded jeans and just kind of do like this. Now don't worry, I'm going to blot that out and it will settle down. Painted by a fairy. Aw, you're so sweet. There we go. See how that just kind of merged those colors in there? And it's okay that this side is not quite as big as that side in the color difference because they're butterflies. They can just be what they want to be. But I think that little touch of blue is just what we need to get it on our cover and kind of mesh all the colors together. Of course, re-go over the shimmer sticks. There we go. Okay, so I think that is going to be gorgeous on there. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to set this aside for a second to dry. And we'll get our picture back here. Now I'm thinking I do kind of like this one. Although I realized too that we could use like something like this. I think no matter what we use, it's going to be beautiful. There was a little page that printed out so small, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. Where'd it go? It was maybe this one. And if that were to go like right there. Oh, look how beautiful that would be with our little winged bird right in the center. That could be nice. Now I have so many choices, girls. What do we do? I do think I still like that other one better, though. I just have to figure out how to center it. The silly thing is I really don't have that many papers here, but I have it in a couple different sizes, so that makes it a little unique to deal with. Let's see. Where did it go? This is always what happens. I cut these out and then I feel like I lose. Oh, it's over here. I feel like I lose them. Anybody else do that? Or is it just me? Okay, here they are. This one. This one. I like this piece right there a lot. I do like the hummingbird, but I also like this, the little piece of fence back there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put this piece of paper that I have flipped over here is actually just fence. So it looks like this. And I think this is, hello, Diana, welcome in. Let's get a ruler and see how big that square is, and we'll just cut a little piece to go over that. Yeah, it's a little bigger than 2 by 2. So, I'm just gonna cut down one of these planks. You like the first flower one with the blue. They both have the blue. This one has the hummingbird. Do you like the one with the hummingbird? Like this? Or no hummingbird with the fence? Either way, I think they're both going to get fence in the background. So then I can get the picture I want behind the butterfly. So we're just going to make a little background piece to go right here, and it's going to hide our little window. So that's what's going to peek through there. And then, see, I really love that. I love that lupin, I think is what it's called. My grandma really liked lupins. But she also really liked hummingbirds too. No hummingbird, just the flowers. All right, we're going to do it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut this piece right there. And we're going to cut across just a little bit above that blue flower. And then we will glue it on to the back of this butterfly like this. I wanted to show some of that loop in there. Yeah. And then we'll cut off some of this at the bottom. Now, of course, you could trace it and measure it and do all the things, but this girl ain't got time for that. So sometimes my ideas work, and sometimes they need a little work. Okay, so let's put some, I think frayed burlap would actually go back there. Of course, I am biased because I love frayed burlap. How are we doing on our time here? Oh, good. We still, up after me is Leah with Make All the Things With Me. I think she's here in the comments somewhere. And then after her is Christy, our host from Christy's Crafty Cottage. So every Wednesday, we try to put together a little collective for you. Same 3 of us ladies. Sometimes we add a +1. Sometimes we're a -1. But always we are trying to do our best here. I thought I was going to have to cancel today, girls, because this, I fell on Friday, and I'm okay from that. But then I think I caught Mr. Frapps' cold. Okay, so if you don't want to go in and cut all these little areas out in between, I just went in with some frayed burlap, grunged it up just a little bit. My flowers still look nice and brilliant. And I didn't have to spend so much time being so fussy here. So go ahead and get some glue. I'm going to glue this in. Oh, there's T from T's Crafty Fox Creations. Yeah, this morning I didn't have much of a voice, but I have spent the day drinking all kinds of Theraflu and taking honey and some throat lozenges and hot tea and all the things. And of course, lots of water. I'm doing a little better. Let's see. How did I want to get this? We'll drag this here, and now I can see a little bit of that piece up there through, I guess, what's supposed to be the antenna. And I'm just going to snip that out. So on the back, then we won't be able to see it on the front. And I think that is gorgeous. Right there is like a little peak of white that I missed in my inking. And we'll just go ahead and put a little spot right on over it. Okay, and then that will glue right there. And there are a few little spots that we can see underneath. So if we open this up, just enough here, we can glue in our little piece of wood back there. And we'll put some glue just around here. Of course, you could put some lace or some other pretty scrapbook paper or printable paper, whatever it is that you have. Or you could just leave it the blue, but you know, I want it to be something different. And you can decide here, if we don't want this to go all the way through like it is, we could just glue this down and have, you know, make a pocket maybe. I think that's what I might do. I don't know if I'm liking this string. It's kind of annoying. However, it does have the hole for it here, but we could cut that out. Oh, but look how cute that looks now. I love that. Okay, and then there's our cute little butterfly. We can off-center our butterfly a little bit so we can see a little bit of that fence at the top or even at the bottom, or we could turn it to the side. I kind of like it turned to the side. Although, when I'm looking at the flowers, I kind of like it turned a little more regular. We could put some lace or some trim over here, which I think I may eventually do. I'm just not feeling that ribbon. But if we put, if we make this a pocket, let's do it. Let's just make it a pocket. I think I'll be happier that way. Okay, let's get some tape going on here. And now the reason I'm going to put some tape is because if I'm going to make it a pocket, I don't want anything to stick on the paper edges here. I love lupins. My grandma had so many of them. She used to plant all the flowers that hummingbirds loved. And she had some really beautiful flower gardens. And this time of year, I think of her especially, all the way through summer. Well, I think of her all the time, but the flowers just kind of makes me smile when I think of her. Okay, so there we go. Now we can make that a pocket at the top. And I'm going to notch it. And then we'll be able to put something in there. And we could actually make this a belly band, and it would hide that little piece right there. So we'll make this a pocket. I'll just put a little notch or a big notch. And then let's see, we could use a piece of this gate to go right around as our little belly band, and we could tuck some flowers in and out of there. I think that would be really pretty. So let's cut a little wood plank off of here. Now see, just because this is a scrapbook mini album doesn't mean we can't junk journal it up. There, you know, it's funny, I always hear people say, oh, I'm not going to scrapbook anymore, so I'm going to get rid of all my stuff because now I'm a junk journaler. Well, that's great, but you can use the same stuff. Even if you don't like the prints of paper, you can dye over them, you can layer over them, you can, yeah, you can just keep crafting. No sense in really choosing one way or the other. You're still a paper crafter. And it's paper, so use all the paper. Okay. I wanted that like flush to the edge. I'm not getting it. There we go. There's that. And then we'll press this down. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue this, and then we'll tape it. Just because it's going to be on that paper side. Or paper side, the pocket side. Yep, it's a Dayquil kind of day, guys. The brain goes to the Dayquil fog. What are you talking about, lady? Okay, there we go. And then we will put some tape on this side. Now, when you're taping these, you just need to tape the edges You don't have to like tape the whole thing. If you do, it doesn't matter. It's not going to show. In fact, I think I got a little piece of something stuck in there. The purpose of the taping is just to make a nice smooth edge for whatever might go into your pocket. That way it doesn't catch onto your paper edges there. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this. Now I don't want to glue through that hole, otherwise glue will just ooze everywhere. And up and around here, and nothing at the top, because it's going to be a pocket. Okay. So there we go with that. Now we can put a whole little note card in there. And let's lay that flat there. I'm trying to decide if I want to put some lace on here. Probably yes. Usually the answer is yes when it comes to lace. I do have this beautiful blue lace. That is really pretty. We could let that go all the way across there. I think that is really pretty. What do you guys think? Oops. It's hard to say no when it's pretty lace. That one's really pretty too. We could overlayer it, double layer it, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of fun. Or we could put a little piece of this underneath the butterfly up here. No, I don't like that. I like this white lace. Maybe it'll have to go on the inside so that it just barely sticks out. You get dog DNA in your tape. I do too. And cat. Dog and cat. That's why I always say pet-friendly home, because if I'm mailing something out, I don't want anybody to have any issues if they got a little something like that. It's not ever intentional, but it is inevitable. Okay, I think I do like this blue lace. I'm just going to go with it. We're going to give it a little snip here. And I do have this other lace I could put along the trim, but I don't know where it is because it wasn't the initial plan here, but that's all right. I can find it later. Now, I do have this ribbon here that I think I'm just going to take out. It just doesn't feel like it goes with my vibe here. And like I said, it's not part of the binding. It really, all it does is holds these pieces here closed, which my glue didn't do very good at. Probably because I'm moving it all around. Let's put a little glue here. We'll make our little belly band happy. And that's gluing right over that hole, which is good because then I can put my little eyelet right there. And then I can still make a closure, which this book doesn't really need a closure if you ask me. But, you know, if you ask some of my friends, they say the closure is the coolest part. So, I don't know. I guess I missed that memo. I like creating the covers and all the things. And then I go, oh yeah, it needs a closure. Okay, I probably will ink all of these pages as well because they are bright, bright white. See if my glue is ready. It's not quite ready yet. All right. So on the inside, while we're waiting for the glue to be ready, on the inside, we can put some of these die-cut flowers like this. I have a few of them left out here on my desk. And I think there was some more of them. Where did they go? Oh, there's some little greeneries. This could be pretty to put in here as well. And you can let them kind of hang over the belly band, which I think is pretty. And then We can put like this piece right inside of there. We could make a little note card out of this. So let's just kind of loosely fussy cut around here. And then we definitely, we've got our butterfly on the front here, but I definitely need to add a little bee, which I think I'm going to put one right on the belly band there. So we'll need to cut one of those out too. Now this little piece here, we can easily hide a lot of the white using one of your background colors. Or we can just leave it like it is, and it can just go right in there. Look at these beautiful bees, though. Oh, I love these. Now, if in person, I love the honeybees, but I'm allergic to all other kind of bees. It is like EpiPen and to the ER time for me if they are hanging out. Don't really dig bees otherwise. I know we need to save the honeybees. And we don't spray our weeds or dandelions or anything like that with harsh chemicals. We used to, but we've realized we have a huge blessing of some wildlife in our area. We have eagles, and we sometimes get owls. We have 2 eagles that nest. They each have their own nest. One's male and one's female, and they are a breeding pair. And I think like every other year they have eaglets. We have a friend with a drone. We're going to try to see if he can go up there without disturbing them, of course. And anyways, so we have the eagles that hang out. We have some owls that hang out sometimes. And, you know, we like to support the bees as well. So if we poison them, then it just kind of goes along down the line. So we have to be really careful what we use here on the farm. And we try to make sure it's safe for all the critters, except for the ones we're maybe trying to get rid of. Okay, so I think I'm going to make it like this. And I'll make this, although, you know, I just noticed this is also textured paper, so maybe not the best for writing on, but, yeah. Oh, actually, look at this. We could use one of these. I have had these in my stash here. They're just some weird seller cards that I have found. And we could ink splotch those and glue this on here. And then it can go in there. I think that's cute. Now we could use the blue side. I kind of like the blue side. We'll be the buyer in this little jam here. And let's, of course, blob on some ink. Now I still have my piece of acetate here, so we can just re-add some water and it will reactivate so that we don't have to waste any of this ink. And we'll just blot it right in the top here. Ooh, look at that. That's beautiful. I'll dab some on the back here too, so it gets covered. And I am getting a little bit of this ink on the first page of the book, but that's okay. All right, so let's add some more of this ink here, and then we'll glue down our pieces. And my hour has just flown by, you guys. I've got just 7 minutes left, so we'll see if we can make it come together. But like I said, these books are beautiful. Go through your stash, your old scrapbooking stash. And if you don't have an old scrapbooking stash, literally this book is like 6 pieces of, what would it be? 10 by 14 paper, I think, stapled together in half to make the 5 by 7 booklet. So, you know, you can make it any size you want. If you have 12 by 12 papers, cut them in half. So then you'll have 6 by 12 and fold it. Then you'll have a beautiful little booklet. Oh, I love that. Look at that, like a little hint of blue up there. So let's glue this down. And we'll put glue all over the center here. And we could easily add another bee, a bird, or a butterfly at the top or back of this card. And I have a bunch of these. I don't know where I got them from. I think I got them for making ephemera kits for some of the upcoming classes that I have. But look at these beautiful flowers. And like I said, if you're not one who likes to sit and fussy cut things out, you don't have to. Just that little bit of ink really makes it cohesive. I do want to just wrap this around. Sometimes I like wrapping things around the edge. Just let that pattern continue. And then you can also add some lace or even another piece of the printable design back here. Let's give our bee just a little dab of ink. This was a fun one. Yes, and you can go get your own free printable from Guided Creation Printable Designs. She has this on her page. It's her most recent freebie. I'm on her design team, so I try to work with a lot of the things that she creates, and it doesn't hurt that they are all beautiful. All right, there's our little bee. Let's see if we can make it come together here, girls. There's some cute little flower pieces. Is this going to be the right height? We might wind up cutting just a little piece of that off, and that's okay. There's some flowers, some extra little greens to hang out with our little bee. Now I probably will glue that down, and so that it stays where I want it to stay there. And then let's put our butterfly on here. Oh, and our lace. Our lace, that's what I was waiting for. There we go. Now we're good to glue. And don't touch it because it's hot. Who knew hot glue was hot? But I need that reminder all the time. Okay, there we go. We got our lace on. And our beautiful butterfly. Our little wooden plank back there. I'm going to put this one on with hot glue too because this is thick chipboard. And I want it to stay. We'll just press it down really good so it doesn't get lumpy and bumpy and fall off. And look at that. I did put it on a little bit slanted, but that's all right. I think it's okay. Look how pretty. And then when you open it up on the inside, we could put this piece in our pocket. I might just tear this piece off of here. Make it look like it's old and has weathered the storm, but it's got some new life. And like I said, I have a whole bag of these cards. I think they were for cars buying, maybe at auctions or something, because it says cars month seller price. This is the buyer side. I don't know. Is that enough to... There we go. And then this piece back here could be kind of a hidden pocket. Perfect. Look at that. And we could also use this and make it like little flip-flaps in these books. So this is just now a flat surface we can use with our printables. We can glue them right in there. Like this one can just easily go around and make a little flip-flap if we wanted a little extra note spot here. It could also make a little tuck spot or a pocket. So we could glue it right here. And that could be a little pocket tag. And this could be a spot for a picture. So, yes, thank you. We will enjoy the birthday dinner and pie. So up after me is Make All the Things With Me, Leah. So please go over and show her page some love. Make sure you guys do all the things, like and thumbs up and comments and all the great things for YouTube. Really helps out my algorithm. And it's been so much fun hanging out with you, playing with these new printables. It's just kind of a fun craft with me. So I hope you've enjoyed it as well. And to show Cynthia some love, you can go get the printables over at her page on Guided Creation Printable Designs. Up after me again is Leah with Make All the Things With Me, and Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage follows her. So definitely go check out those ladies. And yes, thank you for all those birthday wishes. And I'll see you guys next week.